First, Blake, how did you take what Manny just said, that you'd be more involved in coaching the defense?
I was really excited. I think, you know, the fact that, and I've said it all along since I've been here, the fact that I've been able to walk down the hall and pick his brain at any time is awesome. And to me, you know, the fact that he can be around more often and really be the glue to put this thing back together and help out in any case, you know, he sees fit. I think it's a huge benefit. Who wouldn't want that? You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want your mentor to come in and help you? So I'm excited about it. I think, you know, a lot of people will spin it in a negative light. He and I have had great conversations about it, and I think it's the right thing to do, and I'm all on board.
Blake, will Manny be at most or all of practice with the defense from now on? Is that
Yeah, I think that's more the plan, where he's been more on the offensive side of the field. Yeah, I think that's probably part of the plan.
Hey Blake, what can he specifically do? I mean, you've been obviously in the trenches and know everything that's been going on inside and out. What's been missing? What's the little spark that's kind of been lacking, and how can Manny make a difference in fixing that?
I think more than anything, just an accountability. You know, and I think Manny being able to come in and help fix it. He's been around these guys for the last 3 years, so he has more experience with the players than someone like myself. You know, coming in as a new coach, so I think just his experience around the guys and helping us piece this thing back together. You know, I always say there's no substitution for experience, so I think that's where he'll be most helpful.
Like with defensive tackle, as far as your third and fourth guy Saturday, how did Nesta play? And did Nesta and Jordan play ahead of Chigozie, because that was a decision based on practice performance among those three last week?
Chigozie got a little banged up. That's why he didn't play as much. But I really thought, you know, Jade and Jordan were bright spots on our defense, especially, you know, Jade's first game back. Thought he played really well, tough. I think Jordan Miller probably had his best game as a Miami Hurricane. So, you know, really those two stood out inside as far as their effort on Saturday.
Jade McGarrett, McFarland, Royal Times in Virginia. What do you see when you put on film of Bryce Perkins? And what are the challenges there?
He's a magician. He is really, really good. He finds his way out of trouble all the time throughout the game film. Doesn't matter first, second, third down, red zone. Anytime you're watching that guy, he seems to find a way to get himself out of trouble. Extremely accurate, very, very accurate quarterback. And really, you know, to me, he's what, you know, he's what drives that machine. He is a very, very good quarterback, probably the best quarterback we'll face or have faced up to this point all year.
I know you mentioned Manny will take a larger role in terms of the day-to-day in practice. Will there be a change on game day at all?
I don't foresee that. I mean, that hasn't been the issue. I think we just have to, you know, there's been some fundamental philosophies that have broken down over time that we have to get back to, and we have to make sure that we're holding everybody accountable to do that. So I think that's you know, the biggest difference.
In terms of the defense that you guys are running this year, is it 100% the same defense that Manny ran, I guess, with you guys in Louisiana, and that he's been running here, or have you injected a percentage of your own wrinkles into the schemes and things like that? And, you know, how similar are they to what they've done here the last couple of years?
Well, comparing it to Louisiana Tech, you know, both of our defense has evolved over that time, and then really, and quite frankly, I'm not, you know, I had watched last year more so on personnel. I couldn't answer that question honestly, because I don't know exactly what they did schematically against different opponents every single week. So it's hard for me to give you an honest answer on, you know, how similar it is to last year. One thing I will say is it's our defense, you know, and it's not going to be picked apart and be. And I know it comes with the coordinator title. It's Blake Baker's defense or Manny Diaz's defense. It's our defense, and we're going to always work on it together. And that is what it is.
I guess like one of the things that's been a little surprising just as some, just watching it is some of the guys who have played here for a lot of years are some of the guys that are maybe not picking up somebody that they maybe were supposed to pick up or on certain plays and things like that. Is that a byproduct of just lapses during the game, or is that a byproduct of maybe changes in the scheme that were made or into responsibilities, or
I think it goes back to just being accountable. I think at the end of the day, I mean, you look at times at any game this year, we've been completely dominant throughout a game, and then we have a breakdown. So I think accountability to themselves, accountability to their teammates, accountability to the coaches, accountability to the scheme, I think is the number one issue. So kids make mistakes, I get that, but there's too many mistakes that have been made, especially at crucial times, and we have to be able to fix that.
But I mean, are the responsibilities different than maybe they've been in past seasons, or
Well, like I said, I
you
don't
really
know exactly
I
what
got
they
you.
were last season,
Okay.
so I
Okay.
can't answer that.
So a couple more questions for Coach Baker.
I want to ask you, have any of the older guys on the defense stepped up as leaders, being vocal yesterday when you were watching film, or has there been any type of leadership that's impressed you since the game from your side of the ball?
We didn't really give the players a lot of opportunity to talk yesterday. I think they needed to just listen. So I can't say, yesterday was not in front of us. You know what I mean? I didn't see anything that stood out above a normal Sunday.
Like I know we've all talked about this in past weeks' press conferences with Rousseau. Snaps again on defense were in the low 20s. How much do you guys talk every week about how can we get him in more? Is it something that it's just difficult to do because of a feeling that Patchen is strong setting the edge? I mean, what's keeping him essentially from playing more? And is that something of discussion every week with you guys?
Yeah, I think so. And Greg has earned the right to play more. So, the flow of the game sometimes dictates that a little bit. But Greg Rousseau's been a bright spot for us all season.
Last question for Coach Baker.
Like Manny is talking about, leadership, that he wants to see more leadership from the defensive players. What does he mean exactly?
More accountability. Leadership, to me, you form leadership by being accountable to your teammates, to yourself, to this program. And it's hard to lead if you're not being accountable. So I think that's where it starts. And, from that point on, we'll move forward. But I think that's the number one thing we're looking